Hey family, it's Poetry Slam time. Woohoo! Poetry Slam time. Now, I'm a little nervous because I used to write so many poems when I was younger. I started out as a preteen writing poems for my mother during holidays and Mother's Days, and when that stuff was in for me. I did that for my mom. I had written her personal expressions of love through poetry. And so this was a gift that I used to actually utilize for my grandmothers as well. And one of my grandmothers, my dad's mom, my paternal grandmother, she said, put your stuff together and write a book. And I never obeyed. Some of us are late bloomers. I waited till I was 53 to now share these things with the world. So I'm going to be sharing a poem that I had written back when the AIDS epidemic was pretty much wiping us out. Um, there's so much I can get into because I learned so much since then. But when the AIDS epidemic was out, this poem came to my mind, and it was also about sisterhood. You know, us being jealous of one another and wanting what the other sister had, and would go for it at any cost. So listen up. Here we go. Poetry slam, people. Poetry slam. I'm going to be reading because I did not memorize. Here we go. And my stuff is copywritten, so don't try to steal. All right. The title of this poem is called Sisters. She's been closer to you than any other, but that's because she's trying hard to steal your lover. Whatever happened to true friendship and loyalty? Filling your shoes is where she's longing to be. Pursuing your man is going to take time and patience. It's okay in her mind because her morals are on vacation. When you're together, everything is crazy cool, but behind your back, she calls you a fool. She thinks you're dumb because you don't realize she wants what you've got. And the chick feels no shame about it. She likes your man a lot. Always showing up at your house and switching past your man, doing everything in her power to let him know she's his fan. When you need help around the house, she's willing and she's your friend. But it ain't you she's come to help. She wants to help herself to him. You trusted her so much. There were times you left the two of them alone. And when she called the house for you, she ends up keeping him on the phone. She looks you up and down, trying to figure out what you have that she doesn't have. Plotting, planning, and scheming on how she's going to get your man. And because you two talk about everything, she knows just what he likes in bed. So now she's trying to find a way to get inside your man's head. You notice that she's been dateless for some time, so you try to hook her up with some of your man's friends. You were too blinded by your love for her that you never understood why she showed no interest in any of them. One day she got bold enough to go to the house when you weren't home. When your man answered the door, he asked her, "My girl ain't here, so why'd you come?" She looks him up and down, batting those eyelashes of hers. Then she lifted up her dress, exposing the fact that she was wearing no drawers. Smooth tactic because she knew it had been 3 months since you two had sex. She knew for a fact that she was dead wrong for what happened next. She invited herself in, closed the door, and stuck her tongue in his mouth. Excited but shocked, he asked her, what was that all about? He pushed her away and asked, "What about Lucy?" She responded, "What about her? I came to get busy." He resists for a minute, then says out loud, "What the hell?" He asks if she had a condom. She says no, but oh well. So the two of them get it on, not once but twice that day. Your so-called sister went home satisfied because she finally got her way. 2 days later, you gave her a call, still not knowing what had gone on. You needed to talk to her desperately because she was your girl. You told her the devastating news you received that rocked your world. You told her how lately you weren't feeling well and to prepare herself because you had bad news to tell. She nonchalantly asked you, "Girl, what's got you all crazed?" You took a deep breath and told her that your man gave you AIDS. There was a dead silence on the line, As she remembered the day, she put a knife in Lucy's back and stabbed and stabbed, and how her cutthroat jealousy has, in an ironic way, could very well make it so she got everything that Lucy has. This teaches a lesson about wanting things that are not ours, envy and jealousy. And also, sisters, we do too much talking. When we go through things with our men, we tend to tell our friends really private details. It's not fair to our men, and it gives a woman that's pretending to be your friend the upper hand in your situation. We talk too much. The things that go on in our bedrooms should not be discussed. Now, this poem was written when I was probably in my 20s. So excuse me for some of the graphic wording, but we're adults here and I wanted to make a point. So I hope you enjoyed this poetry slam. I've got more to share. And this inspires me to get back on track. I remember having these spurts where I would just write about 5 to 7 poems in a week or something like that, and then I would have a dry spell. So it will come that way. But now that I want to get back into sharing my gifts, I'm praying the Lord stir up the gifts so that I can share with you all. But there's a lesson in the poetry that I share. I told y'all I wasn't going to be editing. You're going to see the mistakes, honey, because this is as real as it's going to get. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it and see you at the next poetry slam. Peace, love, and blessings, family.